Right, this is Craig's trailer that's rotted. I'm going to flip it on its side and see what else is rotted underneath. We've got on its side, that axle's obviously snapped here. Totally rotted away. Bottom's exactly the same. This one's not far behind it, you can get your fingers in it. We can't really weld it without chopping loads of it away. And because there's rubber inside here, if you were welding it back on, you'd melt the rubber. You're supposed to sort of weld it on before it's put together. I think the best thing is take the axles off and put the 2 new ones on. The tyres are good, so just make sure it's got the same hubs and swap them over. Don't know what's going on here though. There's a gap in there. It's just dry enough. Ow! Just bang my head. It's just
side snips, yeah.
Just dry enough now to go drilling beans. But this bracket snapped on there, so we're just going to put a shackle on for temporary to bodge it up. When I say temporary, I mean for the next sort of 20 years until we sell the drill. There we go, that's welded on there, that's rough enough. Finally dry enough to do some more field work. Rob's just going to go out with Bill's disc now and quickly whiz round just to get ahead a little bit, and then I'm going to go with the other disc now on the new fast track to see what it's like. Just moving the horse drill so we can get them bags out from behind it. Just took off yesterday when they were messing with the fast track. Just fold the discs out now to take them off. Swap them round. Go. So out with the old, in with the new. Leaving the yard now, and it has started raining. Dope! We'll go to Halewood though and see what the field's like there. Luckily, it hasn't rained at this field. Rob is currently set 2. Similar story to that other one. We've got a little bit of tight soil in the top because the cover crop's been sprayed off so long and it's damp and we want it to dry out a little bit. So we're just loosening the top surface now. I'm just going to unlock the tap on this so that we can fold them out. Just lower it down on the buttons and then open that valve. We can fold them out. If you're watching anyone from JCB, when you go to put it in reverse and rev it up without taking the handbrake off, you get that warning on the screen. So you do take the handbrake off. That warning will basically stay on until you press OK. So, being as how I do it nearly every time, permanently says that on the screen. It should realise that I have now taken the handbrake off and pressed the brake, so it should just disappear, but it doesn't. So you do that. It's like a race up and down the field here. I seem to be doing a better job than Rob though. I think the packer roller on this is better, to be honest. There we go. You can see the difference actually. See how much smoother it is coming out the back of these discs than the back of them discs. So Rob did that bit there, and this is what I'm doing. Just going to slow down a little bit, let him get alongside, and then you'll see better the difference. When he catches up. Just open the window actually here and growl. Top to dry that little bit quicker by taking away the shading of the cover crop, but the remains of it are giving us get a bit of wind into it. It just helps a little bit with the seed to soil contact and the slot closure with the cladding. Keeps the moisture in then if it comes really dry in May, June. Andrew's turned up now with a drill. He looks like he's just putting an AB line in because he's driving up the field without the drill down. So he'll just be setting the GPS up for when he gets going. In hindsight, we should have left the tram lines because you can see the tram lines and not disturb them. So when he come in, he could have done his AB line down that. But it's into the short runnings there and there's not really a very good AB line left. So He's having to put his own one in. I'm going to put the tram lines in with the sprayer, so it won't really matter. But yeah, you could have just ran down an old tram line. I'm just going to stop here and show you the difference between, hope it's not windy, but can you see, that's where this is done, it's nice and flat, and that's quite lumpy out the back of the stand discs. It could potentially dry a bit quicker where it's a bit lumpier, but then that's obviously got the ridges put in it by the roller that can dry by catching the wind, but you can see it's noticeably sort of like more level out the back of these discs. I was actually talking to someone this morning about a big set of Vadistad discs as well, actually. Well, a Vadistad top down where you can drop the legs in and do a little bit of deep loosening at the same time if you need to, so you kind of do away with the Sumo as well, but it was very expensive. Seems to be a tree down hanging off the phone cables. Yeah, that's proper hanging off that. Get the Merlo and shove it back where it came from. Had a little tractor, I'd be able to go underneath it. Try and back underneath it a little bit. I can disc as much as I can. Put the telehandler around. You know, the middle of the field's good. This is pretty wet here, so we'll drill this bit last. I don't know whether we're drilling them a little bit too deep or not, but hopefully if we get some dry weather, the moisture will still be in there. Can't even find them now. We're in here somewhere, I hope. Right, let's see what happens now. We can push it back in. Making a nice cracking noise. Flop the other way. Should run out of reach. Oh! I have to bring it down in a controlled manner and cut it up with a chainsaw at this rate. You have to bring it down and cut it up. We're gonna have to, aren't we? No. We'll have to cut it up, aren't we? New plan now. Roll it to the side of the telegraph wire. See what happens. It's a long way to go and get the saw. If this video ends now, it's because we dropped it on the telephone wire and edited it out. Watch the plugs. Get a saw. Go. Put it back on the cable and then we're going to pick it up from here now and shove it. Right, we'll try again now from this direction. This is resting focusing on that other tree a bit more now than the cable. Just hung up a little bit there now. Snaps it round that, hopefully. It'll be out the field and come off the cable. No wonder it fell over, it's got wet roots, it's living in that pond. Yeah, just trying to get it a little bit more off that cable. There we go. Should fall on it now. Alright, so Merlot's going now, Zerion's still here, I'm still on this, and Andrew is on that tractor over there. So we worked out 1100 horsepower in the field. It's all done now, it's dead windy, so I'm staying in the cab. Andrew's just finishing it off. You can see how much it's drying, so that's the bit that he's just done here. Where's my finger? On the screen. Have a look, go zoom out. So he's done there, but over there's dry. It's a bit sticky just here, but hopefully by the time he gets to it, they're dried enough. It's another field done. Something going on with this, listen. Anyway, we're just trying to... forget it. We're just trying to dry this field out here. It's obviously some sort of issue with a drain going underneath the road. I'm trying to get some of the legs of the Sumo through it. Get it to drain it out, but if the drain is blocked, it probably won't make a lot of difference, but it might drain up some of it to another drain round by it. So quiet, them tractors don't use any revs, but yeah, at least it's sort of underbusting it if there is any sort of pan in the top. Yeah, no, that's not very good there. That wasn't so bad, that pass, to be fair. Yeah, we're just making a mess now, but never mind. We'll go up with the digger and do some digging, and we'll just sow round this wet patch. The rest of the field looks fine now. I've just come up here to fill this drain in that we did in the other year. So we come from the end of that ditch, carried it on all the way along here. Anyway, I thought I'll disc it level now because we forgot to fill it in properly with the digger. Anyway, I've just slipped in it and I can't move. So hopefully I'll try folding up and see if we can get out. I just tried lifting the suspension up to see if I could get it to push the wheels down and the tractor chassis to come off the bed. It just sat on the chassis. Anyway, that didn't work, so now I'm stuck. I'm stuck even worse now. Oh! Rob's going to go back to our yard to get a strap or a chain and come back with a tractor. He's not that far from me, but we've not got a chain because it's on the big strap is on the front of the Zerion, which is now back in the yard. So he's going to head back. Anyway, Joe is the other side of them trees in his yard. So he's going to come round now with one of his New Hollands and hopefully get me out. So while I'm waiting, I'm editing. Feet up editing. Anyway, Joe is here now. I'm going to try and leave you on the ground over here to just film it coming out, hopefully. Other than that, it's a good tractor, to be fair. That wasn't too bad. You see where it's dropped in there, that side stayed up and then scratted. So I'm just going to drive along the edge of it and knock it into the hole, rather than try straddling it, because that was a failure before. That's better now, you can see properly what I've filled it in. Hopefully it won't slip in it again. This is where we drilled beans the other day, and see there's one just coming through now. This is the very first field that we've come doing, but I'm just checking that there's not too many up because I haven't got the pre-emergence spray on it yet, and if I put it on it'll kill them. I can only just see one rogue one, so hopefully I can spray it in the morning. Driven it for quite a bit today. Massive improvement on the other one, the way the transmission works, the way it picks its feet up, the usability of the screen. I did get stuck. If it was on a normal tractor I probably wouldn't, because it's got bigger wheels, but it really is horses for courses. That on the road coming home is far superior to any other tractor, and also the way it's balanced. You know, we've got a 6 metre set of discs on, and we haven't even got a weight block on the front. It just picks it up, no problem. Would I swap my fast track for that one? Yeah. Will the deal add up? Probably not. Everything's just gone stupid at the moment, and obviously when that was bought, finance was cheap. Sorry, the other one was bought, finance was cheap. Finance isn't cheap anymore, but luckily we're locked into it on that one, so I think that one's here to stay for a bit probably. That will do for today. Only 3 people on the birthday bumper. We've got Claire Gwilt is 38, Matthew Walton is on there, and Joe Faulknell is on there. £31,117. Amazing. So happy birthday to everyone on there, and anyone else whose birthday it is. That is all for today. I have got a meeting tonight about the real countryfile. Don't forget, if you didn't watch this week's episode, I'll put the link below this one and you can go and check it out. And I will see you all tomorrow. If you made it this far, click like, that'd be amazing as well.